For those of you who don't know me, my name is Gina La Benz. I see lots of friends out here. I'm not truly famous, but so many of my friends have come because they've heard me talk about this event for 10 years. 10 years. It is our 10th annual prayer breakfast. And there is one other person that has been here for 10 years planning this World Peace event, and that is John Power. John's picture, please. John Power, I met John Power on the planning committee. I was so blessed to be his friend. And I discovered later on what an amazing photographer he is. And so for the last 2 years, he has been our special event photographer with Robin Finlinson. He promised me that he would be our volunteer photographer this year. But on the 4th of July, without any warning to anybody, because he never acted sick, he never complained, never even said his elbow hurt. But on the 4th of July, he walked into heaven. And it was a surprise for all of us. John Power was a spectacular person. His last name was perfect, because John Power was a powerhouse of positivity and kindness. He had the special ability that when you were on a planning committee for him, for a big event like this, or even bigger, a backpack drive with 3,000 students and their families coming on one day at one time to get their school supplies, John made that planning fun. Every meeting, fun. He was the first one at the event. He was the last one to leave. And John Power had a superpower. And his superpower was whoever he was talking to in the community, they felt like he was his best friend. Everyone. This year's theme for the prayer breakfast is miracles. I am so excited that we have this theme, because throughout the community, when I've told people our theme this year is miracles, everybody has a miracle story, but people don't ask them to tell their miracle stories. But when someone asks and is willing to listen, wow, God is everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Now, every single person who's coming up to this stage is going to tell us a personal miracle story from their life. And we're all different faiths. Today I get to represent the Catholic Church with St. Mary's Media Ministry, who made all of this possible with the sound and the fabulous stage. Let's give them a hand. And I get to be the first person to give a miracle story. This is a recent one. This summer, Cynthia Hardy, who's my co-chair, her and I attended John's visitation, and then the next day his funeral. And John didn't know that 11 is my favorite number, but my mother-in-law, before she passed away, told us that 11 was her favorite number. And very important events in her life happened on the 11th, like having a baby girl after having 4 baby boys on September 11th. And after she passed away, whenever we see the number 11, our heart smiles, and we think about her. Well, after Cynthia Hardy and I attended the visitation for John Power, we were so sad when we left, and we were so hungry. So we wanted some comfort food, and we headed out to Neater's because they have some of the best soup in the valley. And when I went up to the counter at Neater's, I couldn't decide which flavor of soup I wanted. And I've never ordered 2 bowls of soup before, but I said, I'll skip the sandwich. I love your turkey. Can I still have a piece of turkey? And they're like, sure. So I'm like, give me a piece of turkey and give me 2 bowls of soup. When the clerk handed me the receipt, it was for $11.11. And I want to tell you, for 4 years, my mother-in-law has been in heaven. That is the first time I've gotten a receipt for $11.11. And when I saw it, my super sad heart burst with joy. Because I could feel God hugging my heart. And I could feel Marilyn next to God. And I know that John Power, he was also a funny guy, and he likes to play little tricks and stuff in his youth. I know that John Power was next to God, and I know he said, God, give Gina a miracle. I really wanted to go to her prayer breakfast, and I know, God, if you give her a miracle, she'll tell everybody and bring me to the prayer breakfast. So John Power, I got the message loud and clear, you're here. We'll give it to John Power. And John Power was so inspiring to so many people. Next year's 11th annual prayer breakfast theme is going to be Inspire, because of John Power. And one of the other most inspiring people I have ever met in my entire life. And I've met a lot of people. Can you agree? I probably have met a lot of people in my life. Top dog is Darlene Santor, who we are so lucky. She speaks in front of crowds of thousands on the stage around the world. And it is a miracle that we have her 3 years in a row, and I asked her on this stage, 10 feet from Father Dan, a priest, will you be our MC next year, Darlene Santor, for Inspire? Yes. Yes, give her a round of applause. Everybody, Darlene, Coach Dar.